Okay, hey guys, so this is my update. If you want to know how to actually use the Powergrade from scratch, that is another video I have on this channel. But in terms of actually understanding what I've changed the new one, it's more or less very small stuff. The newest version of it is still in the bio. So if you want the newest one, uh, yeah, it's in the bio. Go ahead, download it. Please subscribe and follow my Instagram if you really want to support the channel anyway. It would be awesome. But for now, this is my updated end grade. Again, this is not a perfect grade, and honestly, I'm not a professional colorist by any means. There are probably better people out there for that, but I'm just trying to get anyone who just wants to get started an easy way to start, and this is what this grade is about. So originally, this is what it looks like. Now I drag my power grade on it. Looks pretty cool. But you can see this is an S-Log one. It's a little bit bluish. So as you can see the vector scope here as well. Let's just do 2x zoom. It's definitely a lot cooler than I would like it to be. So let's first let's adjust exposure here. Exposure, let's drag up the image to, obviously we can see how it changes. Let's drag it up a little bit with the shadows, and then I'm gonna put this in waveform. No, sorry, vector. Just adjust the exposure. I wouldn't say, I say yes, use your histograms and stuff, but at the end of the day, like if you think it doesn't look good, adjust to how you think it's gonna look good, like on camera. I think for me, this is pretty it's pretty okay. I think I like this. I would adjust the curves later and then just give contrast later the way I want it to. Like I'd probably just pull down my contrast just a little bit more. So that's how I would do it. But then again, that's up to you. Okay, let's move on to white balance because this one's actually something that we do have to change pretty well. As you can see before in the vector scope, it's kind of pulling towards the bluish area. So I'm going to counteract that and bring up the whole thing here. And now we're kind of seeing a warmer side, but maybe maybe I want a little bit even warmer. I think that looks good. We should check our skin tones. Let's look at my hands. I think my hands are a little bit reddish, as you can see here. But that could also be lighting, and the way the light refracts off my hands. But the image itself, I think, looks okay. My hands are definitely a little bit, I don't know. Let's say my skin tone, I don't like it that much. I'll go to my skin node, I'll go to my splice, and I'm just gonna increase the saturation in my hands, lower the density. I think this looks more or less. I mean, I think my hands are a little bit red, so I'm gonna turn down my redness as well. Just a little bit, not too much. My hands are actually kind of red, so I just turned it down a little bit, turned on the density a little bit. Now my hands, they look more or less the same. Yeah, I think this looks a lot better. And that's how I normally grade things really quickly. It's mostly just exposure, white balance, and then skin tones. Saturation, by default, I put it down as 1.2. I think it looks fine as it is. I don't think I want it any more saturated. It looks kind of horrible. I think anything above 1.6 already looks really weird. 1.1 or 1.2 is like the sweet spot. Depends on what you're shooting, but I think 1.2 is fine. Nothing crazy. So I don't really suggest touching it that much, but it's up to you if you want to change that. I have glow as well. This really depends on the type of like clip you're using. So like for this one, like if I change the glow, let's say I can like change the threshold, and this is where like, oh, like look at that, it looks different. Really, it looks a lot different now, the whole film, because I put the glow at a certain threshold. I turn it off by default now because I realize that this doesn't work for every single clip. Some clips, like I think I can adjust it like a little bit here, and I think this is fine. I think this is not a bad ad. Like, it's not bad here. I think this is fine. But like a lot of other clips, you know, sometimes you just want to turn it off. So I'm going to turn it off by default now. We still have my other like LUTs, a cool LUT and a warm LUT. Again, this is kind of inspired by the boys. Maybe it's a little bit too blue, but I haven't really touched it that much. I don't really use the cool one that much. I just made it just in case anyone wanted to try it. The warm LUT, however, I do use a lot. I think this looks really cool. I like this extra like warmness to the image. I like it a lot. So if you want to try that out, that's there. Curves is where I add my contrast more or less. You're supposed to put this as 0.336. I think that, yeah. And then you just adjust contrast to what you like. I tend to always do an S curve more or less, or if not, just like a straight up like curve like this. I like a lot of shadows in my videos because I think that looks more interesting to me. Yeah, and then we have film effects. I put them all here now. Sharpness is now in here. I turned it off by default because I know some people don't like sharpness, some people do. I like sharpness, depending on the video, but it's really just a preference thing. I just kept it off by default, so if people want to add it, it's there. But film effects is off by default. As you can see, the vignetting and everything. I really like the split tone, so by default this is gonna be off in the new version because I'm gonna just release one big version. All the studio features here are in this thing. The film effects, all studio features. So if you don't have studio, don't worry about it. I have this last one which I added is like a more or less a blue shadow tint. This is kind of kind of a better version of this. I feel like this is a little bit too blue, but what I have figured out is that actually pretty cinematically, in my opinion, I've seen a lot of like movies do a blue shadow effect. So I just kind of I added like a little bit of a shift to the lift. I think it was a lift, yeah, and then it looked a little bit bluish in the shadows, and I like that. So it was just a personal choice. Again, I'm not a colorist, so I don't know exactly how to do it, but this is what works for me. So yeah, this is Apple log. I'm gonna show you this one as well. This is the Apple log version, and I'm gonna turn off my glow and but yeah, I think without glow it looks pretty good. You turn off the film effects as well if you want the vignetting, but yeah, I'm gonna say I think honestly this is pretty well exposed in my opinion. At least it looks pretty bright. I could turn it up a little bit, and then bring down the gain. But I like this. I like the way it looks. You could turn up the overall, but I think this looks pretty well exposed in my opinion. Again, you can always look at the waveform and vector scope and histogram and be like, but I think this is pretty well exposed. So, wow, yeah, look at that chicken. It looks amazing. But that's like, but this is me just dragging it. On an iPhone. This is all on iPhone. Is Apple log, so we're gonna trust the white balance maybe a little bit. I think the white balance is pretty good, but we can check. We know that for a fact that the plates are white. They're like completely white. So instead of just doing the white balance, we just drag the gain and kind of find it. If you find something that's white in your clip, I just use this thing and I just click on it and it tends to just work white. And in this case, I think we just got the white balance like really well. So, like it is just white here. So that's the white balance here. It works pretty well. Again, saturation up to you. Let's say I want to turn on and then you kind of just play around here. I like to play with the curves maybe on the iPhone footage, give it a little bit more depth in the lower, and then maybe roll off the highlights. Like the different ways, like maybe I kind of like this more, I'm not gonna lie, but you could do this if you want. I just prefer keeping it keep the darks more detail. I feel like once you go here, you start to lose a little bit of detail in the mid. So I'm just gonna bring this down, and I like this. I like the way this looks. And at the end of the day, this is like all. If you want to go more in depth to how all these things work in my other one, my other one's still up, but this is just the update of how to use the new stuff. And I changed. I'm pretty sure I changed some of the pivot points by now. 0.336 is because we should be using that in DaVinci Wide Gamut. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I'm sorry, this Powergrade, and yeah, I hope you guys can follow if you want to support the channel. It's pretty sick. All right, so see ya.